So, Mr. Nadin Arevalo, thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to talk to you. And tell me, what is your name, first of all, and where are you from?
Okay, my name is, hello, Mr. Franco. My name is Nadin Leonardo Arevalo. I'm from Ocaña, norte de Santander. I live
Excellent.
here.
Excellent, brother. How did you get into the education field? Or how did you become interested in teaching?
Well, it was because I came from the United States and suddenly I was not working with my business, and suddenly I started to study at the university, and because my English, I started to teach English private classes. Then I got the opportunity to be working with the university and some of the high schools here in Ocaña.
Excellent. Where are you teaching? You told me that you are teaching at the university. Is that right?
Yes, yes, it is. Yes, it is. I
So,
do.
so you are a high education a professor.
Yes, I am. I'm a teacher at the University Francisco de Paula Santander here in Ocaña. Yes.
Okay. How long have you been teaching?
I'm been working as a teacher for 16 or 15 years.
Yes, you
Yes,
got a
16
plenty of
years.
experience. Tell me about the ways you have taken to foster autonomy in your students.
Well, there's the autonomy of the students are being changing according with the situation that we are living here in this world, where we are living this kind of situation of a healthy situation. And then I think that they are working almost with their own record researches, and they, I think the most I can do, but I think it's really hard for them and for us in order to teach them by this web media, this kind of education way that we are doing now.
Okay, by the way, can you describe the kind of students you work with? How are they?
Well, my students are all of them are adults because of young and adults of this because the university, they are working, they are studying another careers, but they are of course as a requirement they are studying English as a requirement of the university, and they have to really they are not really happy in order to study English because this is something that they have like something really hard to do, to speak another language, to learn another language, a second language. But I think they are doing the best they can.
Okay. Yes, unfortunately, they are, you know, like submitted to do that, what they don't want to
Submit
do.
it.
Yes. Okay, sir, I'm going to share my screen to show you the results of a questionnaire regarding autonomy. So I will show you here the these results. Can you see my screen now?
Yes,
Yes.
but only your name, JL.
Yes. Let's wait meanwhile it
And you,
uploads. It
no,
is
not yet.
upload. Not yet?
Not yet.
Not yet. Let's wait meanwhile the internet allow us to share the content I want to
But
share
I
with
have,
you.
but I have some, but I have some of the questions you did. I have
Yes?
a copy of it.
Oh, excellent.
If you want, you can use it.
Excellent.
Okay.
So I will try to do the other way. I'm going to share another screen. Probably was because I was sharing the the other screen I have. But anyway, yes, very good. You got there the the copy of these results.
And I make another. I make a copy, and I take the words. I copy all of these elements, and I have here, for example, the first issue is language learners of all age can develop learner autonomy.
Excellent. So if you take a look of it will, you will see
Yes,
an image.
yes. I'm watching it. I'm
Oh,
watching
you're
it.
watching it. Excellent. Look at the result
Okay.
here. It says language learners of all ages can develop learner autonomy. So these were the answers of the teachers. If you see, the opinions are divided in these 8 teachers who answered this form. You see,
Yes.
some teachers consider that they are agree that language learners of all ages, young, kids, young and adult, can develop learner autonomy. But other teachers consider that yes, that there some are strong agree, others are agree, and others are unsure. Yes, it says
Yes.
here in this statement we can see that more than 62% consider that language learners of all ages can develop learner autonomy, but 37.5% are considerable result are not sure. Why? Why do you think, Mr. Arevalo? Why do you think teachers are unsure about this assertion?
Well, I think the teachers are unsure because they don't really know the results of the concepts of all the students. Because you can imagine that they are only working with some of the students that they are working as well as we want. And I think they are unsure. The most, not the most, but almost 37, 38% of the student teachers are not really agree about they really work with autonomy, and because they don't know exactly the result of the opinion of all the students. And I consider that this is a, um, optimum answers.
Okay, very interesting answer. Yes, it's quite complicated to understand how people, develop their learning processes, and according to the age, it's quite complicated. Okay, let's move to another result. Look at this. This is quite different because, it says the assertion says your students keep track on their progress toward goals. See, your
Yes,
students keep
yes.
track on their progress toward goals. So the majority of the teachers, the opinions is 62.5% are agree, but the 25% are unsure. They don't know, and 12.5% disagree. So it says here, in this spot, the majority of the teachers contemplate that their students are aware of how they are doing toward their own goals. But some took a different view of choosing disagreement, and others are unsure. Mr. Arevalo, what is your reaction to this perspective?
Well, I think that is. I have agree with the students are keeping track on their because they need to finish their goals. They need to finish the studies, and of course they need to say and to maintain to keep the track, the way to finish and to our goals. And I think this is I think it's okay. I agree with this kind of point of view of the teachers, because the 62% is, I think, and the most of them are agree with it.
Yes, and certainly no doubt that we as teachers, we must, with our activities, to show them what must be the goals they have to achieve. So we need to be very clear with our activities, yes? So
Yes,
our students will be able to recognize what they have to do. So, and that is going to be, reflected on goals.
yes, exactly.
Okay, sir, let's go. Let's move on
Ex-
to this another result. It says here, your students are able to accomplish goals on time. This is very interesting, especially here in our culture. And the opinions of the teacher is that 75% of the teachers are agree, but 25% are in disagreement. So he says here, in this place, 75% think that their students are able to accomplish goals on time, but there are different views. 25% are in disagreement with that. Mr. Arevalo, how do you feel about this?
Well, I think that is the students are able because the goals on time they have, you say, okay, you have to give me this work, this activity to the final of this month, and they have to do this on the time. So I think the 75% of the students are making their goals and their works on time. I think I agree with it, of course, because even there are like 25%, but I think that the most of them are doing the best in order to finish or to be able to accomplish the goals.
Yes, and unfortunately, there are many people, probably, I include myself. Sometimes we procrastinate, we postpone things. So, and it depends. I think that it depends of the teacher. If the teacher is very strict and is very disciplined and push his students or her students to do what they have to do, that is a very influential point to find out punctuality in the students.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, because so it depends on the teachers, of course,
Yes,
and
exactly.
every depend of the teachers, the kind of teacher and the kind of strict of they are, and the ability of the students of they if they are able to be on time and doing their goals and their works.
Yeah, that's correct. Okay, let's see this one. This is very divided. It says here, as soon as your students see a problem or challenge in the task you assign, they start looking for possible solutions. 50% of the teachers are strongly agree, 12.5 are agree, 25 unsure, and 12.5% are in disagreement. Says here 62.5% consider that students are problem solvers. In contrast, that others are unsure and others do not think don't think so. What are your thoughts on this, Mr. Arevalo?
Well, yes, I think they can. The students can resolve all the problem because they have all the researches by internet. You can find out every single problem, every single challenge they have. They can look for search at internet, and they can explore many kind of answers or there are a lot of information by internet. This is the most they have in possibility in order to possibilities in order to answer their challenge or their problems or any question they have. If the teacher is not there, so they can find out by internet, so they can resolve their problems by internet
Yes,
if
but
they are
if
interested in it.
yes, totally agree with you. If they are interested and if they have motivation, yes,
Yes, exactly. The
yeah,
motivation they have by themselves,
yeah,
because the teachers can do the best they can, but everything depends of the students. Every single student has the opportunity to look for or to improve the topics or the problem they have in order to resolve and answer the question they have in their minds.
yes. Okay, so taking a look here, this result, it says here that most of the time your students don't pay attention to what they are doing. It says here The 50% of teachers' opinion regarding students' attention are in disagreement about most of the time students don't pay attention or what they are doing. Tell me, Mr. Arevalo, if your students really deal with special care when they are developing an activity, or if learning activities draw enough interest to allow students focus their full attention to what they are doing. What do you think?
Well, I have we have to question here. First of all,
Yes.
that the student really deal with the special care. Well, yes, I think they have to, because the purpose of it is that they learn. If they want to learn, they need to be very careful in order to develop every single activity, and the learning activities interest of for them is depending of the focus they use to 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 study. If they are really interested in it, they can develop every single problem. And here the attention is the most important. But you know, we live in a very modern world, and they are paying attention to many things at the same time.
Yes,
They
there
are
are a lot
watching,
of
they are doing
distractions.
action. They have many things to do, and so they're working in a homework, but they are watching another thing. They are watching the Facebook, they are watching Instagram, and all these things, and the distraction of this make can lose the attention in order to really get a very good goals in their jobs and their studies.
Yes, and certainly the learning activities, should be very interesting to gather attention of the student. Yes, but as you said, they can be very concentrated doing something, but if they are in front of their cell phone, they are going to watch it, and that is going to be a waste of time because the attention they, they could,
Yes, it's really hard.
foster.
It's really hard to control them, in order to know that
Yes.
they were what they're really doing at the time that you are giving them lessons. And by my own experience, they are doing many things they can do, working with the camera, but they don't use the camera in order to be doing another things, and so they are not concentrated at totally.
You mentioned a very important word, which is control. Yes,
Control, yeah.
and control is very, very linked with self-regulation, and that is when we are going to talk about a little bit. Okay, let's move to this one, and it says when your students get behind on their work, they often give up. Look at these results of the teacher. And it says here, I am tempted to think that this is a very worrying result. Only 62.5% of the teachers consider that the students don't easily give up when they are behind on their work. Tell me, if our students don't yield control or possession on what they are doing, how can they be autonomous?
Well, autonomous depend of well, everything depends of their family too, because we are only talking about teacher and students, but uh, parents or their home, their family, their mother, I don't know who's living there with the student at the moment, and they are depend of them is if they are controlling them in order to they don't give up, in order not I don't care with this, or I don't know what to do with this. But the most of it is that they have to be controlled by their family and of course the teachers. Um, yes, if you is for in order to know what is if they lose the control of his minds
Yes,
and then give up.
this is a very, very, very interesting point to focus, and is what is the influence for our students? Where do they come from? What kind of families they were, being part of? And certainly there is something that we have to deal with. Yes, sir. Okay, and we are on the or this image that shows that evolving learners in decisions about what to learn promotes learner autonomy. So it's about the content. This result strike me. Involving learners in decisions about what to learn promotes autonomy. All teachers promote this statement. What is your reaction to this, Mr. Arevalo?
Well, yes, decisions are very important in order to know what is the most important thing here. Because the if the teachers are involving, are learning with the promotion of the autonomy, the most here is that teacher have to remember them that everything depends of them, their own autonomy, in order to work with the best of them. I think it strikes me, yes, because they don't know what is the real reaction of the students.
Yes. So our labor is quietly, hard because we need
Totally.
to
Now
promote.
it's, yes, it's harder than before, where the things were normal, regular things,
Yes, sorry.
when the class were,
Yes,
and now we're living in another kind of situation, and everything has changed, and we need to be. And I think this is gonna be changing, and everything depends of the future and how the things are going to continue. But I think that we have to change. There are so many things that have to change, and this is
definitely.
the most important. We need to
Exactly.
think, rethink the things, and then we need to have another options for teaching and for learning and for everything.
Very interesting perception, Mr. Arevalo. Now let's check this divided opinion. It says learners' autonomy is promoted through activities which give learners opportunities to learn from each other. Finally, teachers agree with cooperative work to promote autonomy. What do you think?
Well, this is the most important, cooperative, because we need to share our knowledge. And of course, they by themselves, if they are together, we can make a kind of meetings with them in order to they can share as well. There were groups in class, in normal class, and now we have to make this kind of things in order to look for cooperation between them, aim on them, and is something that we really need to do. Promote these activities in order to look for their autonomies.
Yes, definitely. Now, and as you said before, we are living the post-pandemic, or well, we are over this, but we are living in a different world, and cooperation must be this this link that will join us in the coming years. That's totally important. My final set questions are focused on getting to know more about the current education challenge for the health emergency. So, Mr. Areolo, yes, certainly we are living these, difficulties. And, you know, as you said before, we need to change. And certainly, you know, I'm interested in your experience and beliefs as a teacher, especially in this remote teaching adverse reality. How was your experience over this strange and bizarre reality with your students?
Yes, have been a shock. It's been a really contradictions, and all I can say is that I've tried to do the best. We are doing the many teacher. I think they are stressed about this kind of point of things that we have to do now in order to teach with these researchers. We have many things to teach, and we have many things to share with them, but students are the most of them are not really interested in just they want to finish their studies to continue the life like normal way, but they have to think that we need to share with this media, with these researchers and internet and everything. And if they really want to learn, they can do it. No with teacher, but by themselves. And this is the moment in order to get that, to learn that they can be autonomous to learn. There are so many things to learn, and they have many experience, but I can't explain all of them at this moment. But the most of them is that they are doing what they can and do, and of course we do the same things with this kind of challenges.
Yeah. Can you explain me how you are using internet to continue your teaching process?
Well, we are at the university. We are using a platform and own system of teaching, and we have some courses by internet. And yes, we are doing as a tutor. We are explaining the topics they can understand, and we are trying this on the. And we are using many researches. I put them a lot of videos and explications and all of things that we used to use just a little, but now we are using all of them, the most of the researches of the by internet, in order to continue teaching our topics, our subjects.
Certainly very hard experience, and we need to strive with that. Thank you, and sir, it was a very great opportunity to talk to you, to listen to your perceptions, your opinions, full of wisdom. I really thank you. I would like to thank you again for your time and for being willing to participate in this interview. I must tell you that this interview has been very helpful for my study. Would you tell me your final thoughts about autonomy and self-regulation? How did you feel during this interview? And finally, do you have any question for me?
Thank you, because I am open to share my experience, my own experience, and the most I want to say is the students have to be very concentrated in order to learn by themselves. Autonomy here is the most important. If they really want to improve, they want to get degrees and everything, have to do by themselves. And of course, ourselves. I think this is a new experience for us, for them, for us, for living, for continuous our living in the most way, the best way to live and to share this education form that we are living now. The most important here, the education is the first, and we need to continue doing this exercise through this way. And thank you. And question for you?
Yes.
No, no, it's okay. I think that your own experience. I want to know about your own experience. You want to share?
Yes, I totally agree with you. It has been very hard experience, certainly full of stress. But well, this is the labor. This is our service for humankind, and certainly it is not easy, but we are on it. And God willing, we are going to strive. We are going to thrive.
Yes. Okay.
Thank you, sir. I'm going to stop recording this session, and well, I hope you the best.
I hope you the best. You too.
Merry Christmas, sir.
Merry Christmas, you too.